Hello, everybody, and welcome. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening to you whenever you decide to watch this video. So, what are we doing today? Well, Foodie has been very busy this morning. She put out a live before I even woke up, and she also just put out another food review video. And I wanted to cover the food review video first since it's a shorter of the two. I did look at the live. It's a lot of the same old, same old. She's doing the same things in the same location, talking about the same subjects. I looked at it, I'm like, is there anything worth talking about here? I don't know. I'm struggling. I want to make things entertaining for you guys, but doggone it, Foodie. Man, give me something new to talk about for freak's sake. I hate talking about the same thing over and over, and I'm sure all of you that watch my videos, you're tired of hearing about the same thing over and over. But foodie is just like a broken record that the needle just keeps going over the same scratches over and over and over again. That record just keeps skipping and skipping and skipping until, until you lose your mind. So I'm going to go over the food review video, and it is quite shocking. It's just her eating a lot of food that she shouldn't be eating, as well as show you some really cool stuff on Twitter because I found a lot of cool stuff on Twitter. Some of it is very wholesome, some of it has to do with foodie. So let's just go ahead and mosey on over to Twitter, okay? Because here is something you will definitely not see every day from Science Girl. Here's a rhino walking calmly on the main road in Nepal. That is definitely something you don't see every day. And apparently, this rhino is known by the locals because nobody is freaking out looking at this rhino. You notice that? All the locals are very calm, like, well, we've seen this before. It's no big deal. Let me tell you something. If you're anywhere and you see a rhino just walking and minding its business, best thing to do is to mind your business too, because look at that rhino. It's a walking tank. The last thing you want to do is make a walking tank very angry come charging at you. So, yeah, we got a walking, breathing, living tank just walking around the street, minding its business, not bothering anybody. Maybe it's going for a coffee. I don't know. But nobody's freaking out about this rhino. So it must be a common sight in Nepal. Kind of cool, actually. I think I would love just to see it walk by, but I continue to mind my business though. Wouldn't want to make it mad. Okay, we're going back to Foodie for a second. Hidden truths. Foodie Beauty admits that she doesn't want to live in Canada because of taxes. Since her channel isn't American owned, she technically works for America and still has to pay taxes no matter where she is, which we can assume is the reason why she chose Kuwait to avoid paying taxes. Well, we knew that though. We knew that she ran to Kuwait. A lot of that had to do with Salah because he was there and she couldn't bring him over to Canada. She had to go over there for him, but also because of the $60,000 that she still owes the tax man. And she tried to get out of paying it, but that didn't work. So, to avoid paying her taxes, she ran all the way over there, thinking that if she was in another country, they can't find her. Well, if the tax man wants to find you bad enough, Foodie, trust me, they can find you no matter where you go. But thank you for posting this hidden truths because it got me thinking. You know, Foodie has a lot to say about the Western world, doesn't she? She claims that the Western world is horrible, right? It's horrible over here. Yet, didn't she drive 6 hours across the border for a burger on this side of the road? Yeah, she did. She drove across the Canadian border to America to get a freaking burger. Also, and this is the more important point, very important, she puts down the Western world, but YouTube is an American owned company and you use YouTube to make your money. So you're in Kuwait, but you're working for a Western world owned company. They're based here. You get your paycheck from Google AdSense, but you have to go through YouTube. So without YouTube, without that Western world based company, you wouldn't make a living, would you, foodie? What would you do if you weren't on YouTube? You don't have many options. You're not employable. You're not healthy enough to get a regular job. You couldn't even get a job working customer service because you're bad at talking to people. You don't have any social graces, no social manners. And your reputation is so horrible that even if you tried to apply for a regular job, nobody would hire you. So YouTube is it for you. And as I said, YouTube is a company in here in America. You owe your income to YouTube and all the good people that come to your channel and watch your videos. And I'm sure a lot of them are based in the Western world. So maybe it might be a good idea to not put down the Western world so much because without them, your lazy butt wouldn't have a job and you wouldn't be making any kind of money. Okay, moving on. Cats that heal your depression. Love is pain. Look, you are not a cat or dog owner unless your hand has looked like that at least once. I have my cat Booger. I still got little teeny tiny scars all over my hand from her play biting me and love biting me. So that hand right there, I've had it. It just comes with the territory. If you got a kitten or you got a puppy and you got them little needle sharp claws digging into your hand, digging into your arm, it's going to look like that sometimes or close to it. How about something relaxing? This person has no name, but look at this picture. I love this living room. And you know what I especially love? That chair. I must have that chair. My cat Booger would go wild for that chair. She would be in it all day and she wouldn't come out. I need that chair in my life for my cat. Okay, this is something funny. Y'all look at this. From CCTV idiots, road workers set up a CCTV to uncover who was moving the safety traffic cones. It turns out a Kia parrot moved them to get attention from humans in the hopes to get fed. So this parrot keeps moving the freaking cones around. Look, you know what? That parrot has worked hard to get some food. Somebody feed that parrot. Put out a bird feeder or something. Look. Somebody adopt that parrot. That thing is too smart for its own good. Set out a bird feeder and a bird bath for him. Help him out. Okay, wait a second. I know some of you may have an aversion to cockroaches. You don't like cockroaches. I don't like them either. But this will make you happy. Two ants dragging a cockroach by its antenna. Look at this. These ants are like, we don't care how you feel, bro. You are dinner. You're dinner for our entire family. You're coming home with us. Cockroach may be a lot bigger in size, but the ants like, look, you don't understand. We got millions of family members. You are lunch, and that's all there is to say about that. But if you just look at that, two tiny ants just getting it done, son. They're like, we got a barbecue right here. Let's go. This is the most precious thing from why you should have a cat. Look at that. Y'all look. Look at this. Look at the babies. I can't. All those little butter beans in a flower pot. Aw, I love that. Okay, this is from Yog. Get down here. Don't make me come up there. So Mama Bear is like to the baby bear, you better get down. I'm going to spank you. You better get out of that tree. You're going to get it, boy. The baby don't want to get down. Mom's like, I don't care what you say. You're coming down. You got to come home with me. And of course, the baby's like, I know what it's going to happen. So I'm getting out of here right now. The mother is not having it. She's like, you're going to listen to me. You're going to mind me today. Okay, this is for Perfectly Imperfect, saying, I, for one, cannot wait until talking about foodie until she gets back to Canada and she does a bees in her Kia. Will she fit? It's gonna be tight. This is not me fat shaming Foodie. Just thinking about how she was in the Kia before she left. She was barely able to fit in that Kia before she left. And she's gained a lot of weight since she's been away. I don't think she's going to be able to fit in the Kia, honestly. I don't think there's just going to be no room. All right, this is from Sky News. Footage released by Burbank Police Department showed the bear sitting calmly in a pool in a backyard in California as the state swelters in extreme heat. Well, Cali does have forests, and there's wildlife there. So if you live in Cali and you go into the backyard and you see something like this, that's just a walk back inside and mind your business, because uh yeah, the bear's going to take his dip, and that's that. There's just no getting around it. You're not going to tell him to get out. You're not going to tell him, hey, I want to take a dip too. He's just going to say, hey, me first. I got dibs on the pool. You're just going to have to wait. That's all there is to say. Bootenbegan, an armadillo playing football. Here's an armadillo playing catch with the ball. Look at that. I've never seen an armadillo play catch. Boom. He caught it though. Okay, this is from Nadia saying Fupa cheese and lies. You tried to get back with Natter numerous times after you found out he gave you that. So let's watch the clip from Nadia.
And it's like I'll never put myself through that ever again. If I when once I get definite proof that I've been cheated on or somebody's done something disloyal to me, I cut them out of my life like a bad gangrene ridden limb. I just get rid of them.
Sure, Foodie. Keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Listen, I don't know if eating all that cheese and all that fast food has kind of destroyed part of your brain, and you lost part of your memory, but we know the truth over here. We've got the video evidence that you're not that person. You're so desperate that you will put up with anything just to have a man by your side. When you first got with Natter, people exposed to you that he was on different uh, networking sites, social networking sites, with a profile advertising himself to other women. That was early on when you first started seeing him, and you decided to not pay attention. When people were telling you this is a bad dude, he's not good at all, you didn't pay attention. When you found out he was talking to people on his phone, you still didn't pay attention. Uh, when he started singing Dee Dee, you kept going back. You kept going back. And by the way, Foodie, unless you're in a committed relationship with somebody, they're not cheating on you. He was committed to you for exactly 1 week. Beyond that week, he wasn't cheating. You like to say that he was cheating because it looks better for you to your viewers, but he was technically single, doing what a single person can do sometimes, just go be with other people intimately. But he was only with you for 1 week. You were the one that decided to keep pursuing him and chasing after him, despite the fact that he put out the vibe, look, I don't want you, bro. Get out of here. Yes, he was taking your money. Yes, you were paying his bills, but he put it out there. Look, I'm not interested in being committed to you. And you kept chasing him anyway. So all this bravado of it, they're cheating on me, I'm going to leave. Sure. Sure, Jan. Whatever you say. Michael B. Petty says, does Foodie Beauty not remember that she has cheated on multiple partners and has knowingly slept with numerous married men? Yeah, she did that. As a matter of fact, when she and Pete were in a relationship, she cheated on Pete with several men. And if I'm wrong about this, please correct me. The story that I heard was she was with Pete and she cheated on Pete, and one of the people that she cheated on him on was BB, and she went off to go be with BB. And then when she got with BB, she cheated on BB as well. So this person who is a known cheater, who cheats on people, afraid of other people doing to her what she's already done to others. And yes, she has slept with married men. I think the most recent one was the one she told us about a while ago. She was having relations with this married man, or going to, I forget the exact story because there's so much foodie stuff. But she even said to the audience, "Oh, it's not really a big deal since his wife is on the other side of the world. That doesn't count." So she's free to sleep with anybody, whether they're married or not. But then over here saying, we shouldn't put up with cheating. All right. Okay. Perfectly Imperfect says, no, foodie. You chased Natter for months after he was blank to you. He gave you viruses, cheated on you, etc. She's always trying to rewrite history. Yeah, she is. Because with a narcissist, in every story, they're either the victim or the hero, or they twist it around to where they can be both at the same time. Queen of WTF saying, you don't have to give in to every craving you have. No, you don't. If you have a craving to eat part of the tarmac of an airport, you can feel free to say no. If you have the craving to walk into an anthill, you can say, no, that's a bad idea. If you have a craving, your logical mind can step forward and go, that's not a good idea. I don't know why we're having that thought. Maybe not do it. Maybe stay away from it. But she feels because she has a thought in her head, she has to run with it. So let's watch the clip.
I have some pasta. I was craving this pasta.
Pasta. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I can't stand the way she says pasta. Pasta. Doggone it.
Bechamel pasta is like super popular here. So it's like a pasta with like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to rush through the intro because my blood sugar is low and I'm going to pass out soon. So, whoa. Cheesy, cheesy. So you can see there's lots of cheese.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, just a preview of the video review. This is what we're doing today. That's what we're doing. Weight Watchers who? Points where? Yeah. Like, listen, she's not doing Weight Watchers. She's not doing anything. She's eating what she wants, and she's free to do that. It's her body. She's free to make herself sick if she wants to, because that's exactly what she's doing. She's making herself unhealthy. She wonders why she's tired. She wonders why she doesn't have any energy. She wonders why she has trouble breathing. The answer is right there in front of her on the plate. It's just right there. If you eat nothing but junk all the time and you wonder, why don't I feel good? Well, there's your sign. There it is, foodie. There you go. You don't have to look very far to find the answer. It's literally in front of your face. This is from Hidden Truth. This is from the live this morning. Chantal is now eating hamster treats. What? Let's see.
Do you dare me? If you super chat me money, I'll eat one. Okay, so
the desperation of it all. If you super chat me money, I'll eat the hamster treats. You broke beach. Are you not making enough money off of your live streams and your food videos and your Cameo? You're so desperate that you'll eat a hamster treat if somebody super chats you.
What are they? Oh, Capone, yeah. Ugh, no way. They're not treat. What's in them?
So it's bad enough that she eats tons of junk food, and the little bit of food in the house that might be there for the pet, she's going to eat that too.
Dried papaya, dried pineapple, sugar, colors, red 40, yellow 5, orange 6, and green 5 in sulfur dioxide. So it's just fruit. Okay, let's see. This must be. Mmm.
Well, that settles it. If she has a snack attack, not only is she going to eat everything in the kitchen and the pantry, but she's going to eat the pet food. Lovely. Poor Harry. Now he's got competition for his food. Just what he needs. All right, Seasons says Foodie Beauty, the true color of her eyes in today's live. I described them as blank, dead inside black. She must have not put those serpent green contacts or her 500 filters glitched. What a complete monster she is. So let me just take a look at this picture. Well, they don't look like the bright, vibrant forest green she normally has. But I have noticed in some of her pictures, she changes the color of her eyes. Some of the pictures that she's shown, sometimes they're green, sometimes they're hazel, sometimes they're like an amber color. Those are her eye filters. Her natural eye color is dark brown. I saw a picture when she was much, much younger. They are dark chocolate brown. For some reason, she just thinks that she's special if she has green eyes. Well, it takes more than eye color to make you special, Foodie. To make you unique. You are unique, just in a really bad way. Okay, Perfectly Imperfect says Foodie Beauty, a Canadian bees is coming soon. Looks like Grandpa is due to arrive in Canada next week. Well, I don't know if Foodie will be in Canada by next week. She's been so much talk about her going to Florida. I know the grandfather lives in Florida. I don't know if he's going to be in Florida or if he's going to Canada, but I don't know what her uh, urge to see Grandpa is. But I do know one thing about Foodie. She's very self motivated. She's not really a family kind of person. She's not really close with the family. And she is one of those people that she'll stay away and she'll stay away and she'll stay away until she wants something. And that wanting something will motivate her to be around you. So I'm wondering if she wants to be around the family because she's broke and because she's going to hit up one or more family members for some cash. And I hope that any and all of them are going to be smart enough to say, no, we're not going to give you any money. You need to learn. You need to budget your money. You need to learn to take care of yourself. We are not here to coddle you with you being almost 40 years old. You've got to grow up and you got to figure this out. I don't see the grandfather as somebody that will give her anything, but maybe her mother might give in. Mom, Mrs. Sorrow, don't give your daughter anything. She's almost 40 years old. Let her figure this out. She can't depend on you and the fam forever. Let her grow up. She needs to grow up. Hidden Truth says Foodie Beauty struggles to pick up the shisha off the floor in fake wines. She says she's always had this wine, but never once did it around Natter. In the years she's been on YouTube, she just started that when she met Salah. That's true. I was there during the entire Natter arc. She didn't act this way. She wasn't doing the fake, toddler whine crying around Natter. He would have looked at her sideways like, what's wrong with you? She only started doing that around Salah. And you got to know how unattractive that is. You're a younger man, you have an older wife, and she's whining and crying like a little girl. Like, I don't know how you think that's sexy or attractive, Foodie, but let's listen.
Can we see this?
Oh.
Perfecto, amigas. Okay.
Like, how is this attractive to see an older woman crying like a kid? Why is this attractive? And why did this start with Salah? I mean, are you trying to seem innocent around Salah? Are you trying to get some kind of sympathy from Salah? I don't know what the motivation is, Foodie, but please cut it out. It's just so annoying.
What, babe? CPAP? Can we see the CPAP? Babe, the cat misses you.
Wow, she's out of breath. All she did was reach over and get the shisha. Listen to her out of breath just doing that.
Well, that was a workout.
You didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
It was fun.
This bending over and getting the shisha is a workout? Girl, you are in trouble. All you did was just bend over and get the shisha from the floor. And that's all it took to wear you out?
Oh no, my.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. How am I gonna get this hose? Ooh, it's hot in here.
No, it's not. You're in an air conditioned apartment. How can it be hot?
You've got to just
Stop singing.
Vogue. Babe, I can't do anything without you here. Roll down sand dune.
Maybe that's it. Maybe she puts on these mannerisms and acts like a child. Maybe she just gave us the answer why she acts this way, why she whines like that. By acting like a kid, by sounding like a kid, she's coming off as being helpless. And she's saying to Salah, I need you here. I can't do anything without you. I'm too stupid. You got to spend more time with me. Is this her pathetic way of trying to get more attention and time with Salah? Because that's just, ugh. This is not the way you get attention from a man, Foodie. You do not get attention from a man by manipulating him and is spending time with you or acting like you're helpless, okay?
Oh, sorry for that. Okay. Hold on, I'm gonna try not to knock anything over. I'm not going out at night in the desert. There's gym.
By the way, Foodie, this is just my point of view. If bending over to get the shisha wears you out, maybe you should stop smoking the shisha for a while. If you're out of breath, maybe doing that shisha and you're smoking the equivalent of 90 cigarettes in a session, maybe that's just not the thing to do.
Gyms. The fresh air. Well, sleep apnea, yeah, it's for sleep apnea. Yeah.
By the way, a word about your CPAP. I'm not an expert on the CPAP. I'm sure there are people in my audience that maybe you know a lot more than I do about the CPAP, but I do have a roommate that he uses one. So I know a little bit. And I've learned a little bit because of you having a CPAP, Chantal. What I know about the CPAP is number one, you have to keep them clean, very clean. You can't just let the CPAP get dirty. Number two, that you have to take your CPAP in periodically to get it calibrated. If you don't get it calibrated, it could lead to some problems. When's the last time you've had your CPAP calibrated and checked out? I'm sure it's been quite a while. So if you're feeling tired and sluggish, if you've been using your CPAP, maybe it's because you're not getting enough oxygen while you sleep or it's not been calibrated right. Might want to look into that.
Hold on. I don't want you to see that I spilled Nescafe on the sofa.
Oh God. This woman wrecks everything everywhere she goes. So she just started using that content room to film her videos and already she's spilled coffee on the couch. Coffee does stain and her way of dealing with it is not getting up immediately and wiping it down so it won't stain. So just cover it up with a pillow. I don't think there's a single thing in that house that isn't going to be ruined by the time she leaves.
Take a break on the smoking.
Yeah, no kidding. Take a big break. Stop smoking it on camera. We don't want to watch. Okay, now this is funny. Y'all look at this from Enzinator. This frog is just doing the most. He's showing all of his friends up. The other frogs are like, cut it out, George. Making us look bad. You're doing too much over there. Why do you have to be so dramatic and show off? There's always a George in the crowd. Gotta be seen by everybody. We're just chilling over here, George, and you're making us look real bad. Look what I can do, everybody. The rest are saying nobody cares. Literally, nobody cares, George. Show off. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, this is so heartwarming. Listen to this from Angie Karen. We have so much to learn from animals. A man found a goose that was shaking with cold stuck to a pole in Montana. As he got closer, he realized, wrapped up in her wings with a tiny puppy, she was shielding from the freezing temperatures. They were adopted together and doing well. Oh, now a goose has a terrible reputation. People think of a goose as being mean and nasty. I used to live in an apartment complex with an older female goose. We call her Goosey Goose. And she was the sweetest thing. She would come up and honk and get fed. But here's a goose taking care of a puppy. Aw. We don't deserve animals. We really don't. But this is a great picture. All right, this is from Massimo. Y'all look at this. A giant tornado spotted in Arad, Middle Banner, Inner Mongolia. Let me tell you something. No matter how strong you are, no matter how big and bad you are, Mother Nature will always take the chance to show you you're not as big and bad as you think you are, because I promise you, I'm greater than you. And here's an example right here. If you saw something like this, you wouldn't feel so big and bad. You'd be like, I'm running. I'm out of here. Not sticking around for that, thanks. That's terrifying. Mother Nature can be beautiful and terrifying when she wants to. Here's something cool from Massimo. Unsupervised is an AI-driven art installation by artist Rafik Andinal at MoMA. It uses generative adversarial networks GANs to transform MoMA's collection of art, design, and photography into vibrant 3D animations displayed on a 24-foot high LED wall. That is so trippy and beautiful all at the same time. That's amazing. For those of you that are wondering about my thumbnails, I use AI generated art. It's because, Chantal is a living horror show. So the thumbnail should reflect that, I think. But this is a great art installation. I think this is amazing. Ah! I wasn't ready. Ah! Foodie Beauty Unfiltered. I'm an actual catfish. Lord have mercy. Is that what Foodie looks like underneath her filters? We're not ready. We're not ready for her to go back to Canada and take the abaya off. It's shocking. Okay, here we go from Tanzu. An orangutan driving a golf cart, checking the rear view mirror, being cautious and slowing down. Look at that. An orangutan just driving around, doing its thing. Wow. Another one from Foodie Beauty Unfiltered. I'm telling you guys, we're not ready. When she goes back to Canada and she takes off the abaya and the hijab, we're not ready for what we see. We're not. It's going to be a horror show. All right, something cool from Massimo. A rainbow eucalyptus tree shed their bark at different rates. Freshly revealed patches will reveal a bright green color, which then darkens to give orange, maroon, and blue colors. This tree looks almost like a painting, but that's awesome. All right, that's it for everything on Twitter. There was a bit of stuff today, but I wanted to make sure you guys were entertained before we go into Chantal, because, she's not that entertaining. So I got to make sure to entertain you guys. And Twitter is entertaining. So let's just get past her cameo spot, because I don't care. And let's get started here.
Today I have this big box with a lobster on it, but I'm not having lobster. I wish. I'm having
But Chantal, you said you're doing like 6, 7 cameos a day. So how come you can't have lobster?
some. Here's the box for you, honey. Ow, 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 hot. Shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. I know, I left my ring. I was doing dishes, okay? I'm busy. I have some pasta. I was craving this pasta.
Pasta.
Bechamel pasta is like super popular here. So it's like a pasta with like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to rush through the intro because my blood sugar is low and I'm gonna pass out soon. So, whoa, cheesy, cheesy. So you can see there's lots of cheese, mozzarella cheese on top.
Of course, we got to have the cheese.
Hey, sweetest angel, baby gal. And there's also
You can fill a bathtub with the amount of cheese in that container.
Bechamel sauce, meat. No, 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 no. No, move your fluffy bum. And some kind of meat mixture, meat sauce. And I have my favorite, but these ones are hot. Oh yeah, they're hot. They're I want to have a Pepsi. Oh,
Chantal, you are so unoriginal. You eat the same foods over and over and over again. And you do these videos and you expect to monetize them. You do monetize them when anymore it's the same foods eaten repeatedly over and over and over again. You practically put the same foods on a rotation list. We've seen you eat pasta before. We've seen you eat the grape leaves before multiple times. For God's sakes, woman, is there no other food in Kuwait besides fast food? Has to be pasta, has to have cheese, has to do this grape leaves, has to do the soda. Ugh.
they're grape leaves. I don't usually have the hot ones. All right, Bismillah. Let's see here what these taste like.
They're grape leaves. What do you expect them to taste like?
So they have rice and spices, tomatoes. And
My stomach hurts just looking at that pasta. There's so much pasta and cheese there. My stomach hurts just looking at it. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of heavy. No thanks.
this pasta, oh, it has elbow macaroni. Some use penne. Girl, you're blocking my view. You want something? What do you want? A piece of macaroni with cheese?
Don't feed her any of your food, Chantal. Give her some regular cat food. Don't give her anything. No. You know, that really ticks me off. She'll sit there and get on to Julia for going after her food. At the same time, she's doing this crap. She's conditioning Julia to take food from her when she sits down to eat. And then later on, she gets on her for coming at her for food.
Hot baby girl. It's creamy and super cheesy. And the meat is so flavorful and spiced. The ground meat.
You know, how would you know if the meat was flavorful if it's drowned in like 10 pounds of cheese on top? When you put that much cheese on, how can you possibly taste any of the meat? Oh, there we go. There it was. There it is. That moment right there. The brain explosion. That hit her brain nice, didn't it?
Get all the way out of here. Oh my gosh, this meal is delicious. Oh.
No, no, no. No, it wasn't the grape leaves that made you have that good warm feeling inside. It was the cheese. Come on. We know how much you love the cheese.
I love food in the Middle East. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yam, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away.
You know, those of you that are on my channel, you know that I've done some reacts to Candy, Hungry Fat Chick. And can I just tell you, since I started doing the reacts to Candy, I watch Candy and I do my reacts to Candy, and I have to say, I enjoy doing the reacts to Candy a lot more than I do to Chantal. Because when I watch Candy, she's someone that she's honestly trying. She comes on camera and she doesn't bring the drama. She's honest about herself. She holds herself accountable, and it's so much more relaxing and pleasant to react to her than this one. This one is not trying, nor does she want to try. This one gets on camera and she hurts herself with food and she lies and she's dramatic. And it's just like the difference between the two is night and day.
Yeah. Oops. So, what's up?
And Chantal doesn't even give us the interesting drama. She doesn't break up the monotony by doing different things. Every day it's the same freaking thing. She sits in the same place and does the same food videos with the same fast food, talking about virtually nothing. Even during her lives, she sits there and she babbles about nothing or things from her past and smokes her shisha. There's nothing different to break up the monotony of the same 4 or 5 subjects that she discusses to death. And then the reactors, we have the job of trying to make her interesting. It's not that easy.
Um, so yeah, the bechamel is so creamy, and there's so much cheese. Mmm, so soft. Mm, I love these.
That looks like a stomach ache in a pan. That looks a that looks like something's going to keep you in the bathroom for at least 4 hours after you're done eating it.
They're called rock anam. Or dolma. So, Julia.
And yet this is another meal. Remember what I said, y'all? Out of the 100% of people that watch Foodie, really all she cares about is that 25% of people that enable this, that back it up, and they want to see more of it. Those people that have this special interest in food. That's who she's looking for, and that's who she's catering to. So those of you on Chantal's channel, if you are people that you want her to get healthy, you're trying to keep some hope alive that she's going to turn her health around and get healthy. I'm going to keep it real with you. She doesn't care about you, and she doesn't care about your well wishes. She's not trying to turn her life around. She wants to do what she wants to do. And what she wants to do is be unhealthy and keep going on that path. And whatever happens, happens. It doesn't matter if she has a medical emergency or worse, she's on this path. And she's not going to change, and she's not going to stop. And this may be a morbid thought. And again, this is not me wishing anything upon Chantal. This is just my observations. I am of the belief that even if Chantal had a medical emergency of some kind, a health scare, she's so far gone that it would not be enough to stop her from doing what she wants to do. It might stop her for about 5 minutes, but then she would feel like she's untouchable, that she's unbreakable, and she will continue. She might even take that medical emergency and instead of looking at it and saying, this is out of control, I need to stop here. She would simply just turn that into a sympathy pity arc on her channel and try to make money with it rather than fixing whatever problem comes along. You know, because she turns everything and anything into content. She looks at every subject, everything, negative things as content. Long ago, she abandoned the person Chantal and she absorbed herself into the online persona that she created. And by doing so, she lost the plot. She lost herself. She wants no uh, connection to her real self. She is that person that she took on this part of Foodie Beauty. And she's always wanting to be on stage. She doesn't want to get off stage and just be a normal person. She doesn't want to be Chantal anymore. So if Chantal, the person, has a problem, she's going to try to turn that into something that's profitable to Foodie Beauty. Does that make sense?
Everyone can see your ear hair. All right, I've been asked to talk about this. It's very popular right now. Trending.
But I thought you didn't pay attention to trends.
The whole Ariana Grande situation.
Nobody asked her to talk about it. I react to Chantal. I watch her chats. Nobody anywhere asked her to talk about this. She's not a Hollywood drama news channel, so why would anybody approach Foodie to talk about that?
So I'm going to give you my opinion on it.
And nobody asked for your opinion and nobody cares, but go ahead. Make a fool of yourself.
All right, so here goes. So my opinion is I don't care about Ariana Grande or her cheating ways or her relationships or her life pretty much at all.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not one to speak on Ariana. I got no dog in that hunt. But this is my point of view. If you're someone and you are a cheater, you are a serial cheater. Can you really judge somebody, anybody in the world that's also a cheater? No, you got nothing to say. You cheated on at least two of the men in your life. You cheated on Pete when you were with Pete. You cheated on Baby. You got nothing to say, Chantal. And here's something for you. Here's something for you and for anybody who might be interested in hearing. The way it starts is how it's going to end up. If you're someone and you start a relationship with somebody, and the relationship starts with you're getting involved with somebody who's a cheater, how do you think it's going to end up? Because if that person cheated on somebody else, they're probably going to do it to you. Think on that for a moment. How it starts, it's how it's probably going to end up. You get involved with a cheater, you get involved with somebody who's a liar, who's unfaithful, the pattern will continue. It will. So you're a cheater, and cheaters who get into relationships later, they're always afraid of people doing to them what they do to other people. They're always afraid of their karma coming back and smacking them on the bottom. Maybe that's why she's so jealous and insecure, because she knows in her life she's done wrong to others and she's trying to stay away from the consequences. Well, you can only run so fast and so long, Chantal. You do wrong to others, eventually, that check gets cashed and you have to pay up.
I mean, so if you're not aware, And you've been living under a rock like I have because I didn't know about this until someone mentioned it. And then now I see it just trending all over TikTok. I didn't know about it before.
But why do you care? Why do you care about this situation? What does it have to do with you? What does it have to do with you?
There's some guy, I even forget his name. He has like he's been married for like 11 years, or he's been in a relationship for like 11, 12 years or something. And I think his wife like is having a baby or something like that, or just did. I don't know all the details. You can probably find out more about this like elsewhere. Anyway, he apparently cheated on his wife with Ariana Grande. Why? Uh, my speculation as to why, like, okay, because he's like applied for a divorce since this happened. So if he's ready to divorce his wife, he must not love her anymore. Like, you're not gonna go a day of your life without. If you love somebody, you're not gonna go a day without them. Like, that you don't have to. Like when I travel to Canada, or if I travel anywhere, I'm just saying maybe I
Ah, what was that? If I travel to Canada, did you just drop a pearl? I think you did. If I travel to Canada and everybody knows your visa is up about the end of August, beginning of September. I don't know exactly when you're going to come home, Chantal, but I know that you have to leave Kuwait. You can leave Kuwait and go to Canada or some other place, but more than likely, you're going home to Canada at some point. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on you because even though you may not say exactly when you're leaving, I'll be able to tell. I'll be looking for the signs. I'm going to be watching you, picking up on the stress eating that you do when you have to leave a man that you don't want to let go of. Yeah, because you'll give yourself away. If things start amping up and you start seeming to be a bit more irritated and stressed out, I'll know that we're getting close to travel time.
travel places you don't know about. But I'm just saying, when I travel, there's not a day that goes by, maybe not even an hour, where we don't communicate and we don't video chat. Like, I've had messy past with things, and so I can't judge on that because, I've been through my own mess. I wouldn't do those things now. I would never cheat now on anybody.
It doesn't matter. You're afraid of somebody doing to you what you've done to other people. You think you're going to escape consequence for your past actions, that by running away from them, that means uh, it's not going to show back up at some point, and it will. I feel that a lot of things have come home to roost with you going to Kuwait. A lot of things. You've done so much wrong to so many people over the course of your life that a lot of chickens are coming home to roost. Your channel, where you used to make a lot of money, it's not making so much money anymore. A lot of people used to watch you. Not so many people watching these days, except through the reaction channels. The reaction channels get more engagement than you do. You're so desperate for attention and for money and for views and to hang on to Salah, you'll do anything just to keep scraping that money up. And everything you do turns to crap. You can't stop that sinking ship, Chantal. Your YouTube channel is sinking. Your financial endeavors are sinking. The desperation is real. And we know you're broke. Maybe not flat broke, as in no money, but your health is bad, really bad. You can't even say, I'm wealthy with health. Your health sucks, your finances suck, everything sucks. You got nothing to show for all of the brainstorming and manipulating and scheming that you did to keep people interested in your channel. You've reached the end of the road. You're in a corner and you don't know how to get out. And maybe the reason why you're in that corner is because you're suffering the payback of all of your past actions.
At all. I've learned a hard lesson from that. But the wife is probably better off without this guy if he's just gonna like leave her just for Ariana Grande, you know. I mean, I don't really have much to say. I find Ariana Grande honestly to be very overrated in my opinion. So mm. Oh, every time I do a mukbang, I forget that I committed to a diet like the day before. I need to stop announcing things. Like this is my problem, you know. Whenever I'm successfully on a diet or on a healthier path for more than like a little bit, more than a day, more than a week, you'll know. All right. Until then, I was
The only thing that Chantal commits herself to is gratifying and satisfying herself. She does things on her channel and she treats things like a joke. Everything is a joke to her. Her failing health is a joke. Her failing channel is a joke. Committing to Weight Watchers is a joke. So everything is a sad joke to Chantal, and she expects everybody else watching her to take her seriously. Well, we're not going to take you seriously until you take it seriously. I'm watching Candy, Hungry Fat Chick, and she's not taking her health as a joke. She's taking control. She's had some setbacks, but she's committed to it, and I applaud that all day long. I can stand behind what she's doing. I will never stand behind what you do, Chantal.
hungry. I ordered what I was craving and I'm eating. That's it.
Whatever.
Um, this is the best. It tastes like a bit like creamy homemade hamburger helper.
Honestly, at this point, there are no cravings with Chantal. It's just a case of I'm hungry and I want to eat. Let me just pick up the phone and get on an app and find something really filling and bulky and put it down my throat. There's no cravings at work here. She craves everything. She eats everything.
Or something. Mm. Very comfort food. Oh my gosh.
So it's comforting to eat a bunch of junk and your stomach is over full and then you're feeling uncomfortable for the next 4 to 6 hours and then sitting on the toilet for another 4 to 6 hours. That's comforting to you. Your comfort is weird, Chantal.
I can't. My new favorite thing. Julia, what are you doing here? So
That's just weird to me. It's comforting to feel sick and uncomfortable. Her normal is feeling abnormal.
it's too bad for the wife. Let's dip it in the hot lemon. But I should try making these. I've seen people do them. Um, I mean, I'm in the land of the grape leaves. My favorite, right? Mm. The lemon is a whole other level. They're very tart, like
It's a lemon. Move along.
because the grape leaf itself is like a green that's kind of tart. And then you put rice, herbs, tomatoes, things like that, very savory things in the rice inside the grape leaves. And they're stuffed and they're rolled. And then you put like a lemon sauce on them. Oh, so good. This is so good and cheesy and creamy and anyway, tastes like your like grandparents made it. All right, so back to the drama that I don't care about at all.
So why are you talking about it if you don't care about it? Oh, that's right, because you're boring and you don't bother to sit down and come up with at least 15 minutes worth of topics to discuss while you're eating. That's right.
I don't know, like apparently she has a track record. Oh, you pretty girl. Sorry, random cat moment. For this stuff, whatever. I could really care less about her life, especially her love life. But yeah, I mean, people are giving Arianda all kinds of crap.
Tells us, I don't care about her life, proceeds to go on about the same topic.
Takes two to tango. Like, what about him? You know, he obviously doesn't love his wife anymore, or he's just maybe he loves her, but like, if he wants to leave her, does he really? Maybe not in love. And he probably wants to pursue something with Arianda, and she's probably just like, he's my flavor of the week. You know? Sinead O'Connor passed away. I forgot to touch on that.
Yeah, I've heard that. So Sinead O'Connor has passed away. Rest in peace, Sinead.
Rest in peace, Sinead. You were a legend. She had a very she was suffering with mental illness, you know. I'm gonna sing part of her song in honor.
No, no, don't. You can honor her by not singing one of her songs. How about that? Don't disrespect Sinead by singing one of her songs, okay? No, just don't do it.
No.
I'm not going to let her disrespect Sinead that way.
Mm. Another one of my favorite Irish singers who passed away was the lady from Cranberries. I forget her name right now, but like O'Riordan or something. May she rest in peace also.
Mm-hmm.
She has a very unique voice, and I mean, nobody on this planet cannot love the song Zombie. Okay, you have to. It's one of the most, sorry for the language, but badass, amazing song. First albums. Disappointment. Very filling.
I am not going to let her disrespect these lovely singers who are no longer with us by letting her sing their songs on her video. Nope, nope, nope. We'll skip.
It's like too good to stop eating. I'm not quite full yet.
Lord have mercy, you eaten half that pan. It's like that pan is the size of an entire child's birthday cake, and you just ate half that pan. But she's not full yet, though. Not full.
This is most delicious. There's this lady on TikTok I watch. I must have spent like an hour straight just watching her videos. I was hungry. That's why I was watching them. I was waiting for.
Huh? Does that even make sense? I sat in for an hour and watched a bunch of TikTok videos and I was hungry. How does that play into her hunger? Is she watching food videos or food TikToks?
Food.
Maybe that's why would you do that? Oh Lord. Foodie. You think about food all the time. You do food videos on YouTube. So you seek out things that will remind you of the very thing you should be staying away from. Is it not enough that when you're on YouTube, when you do your live chats, people are talking about food, you're eating food, people are mentioning food to you, you're actually going to go to TikTok. And even though there are lots of things to watch on TikTok, you are seeking out food TikToks, which is going to do what? It's going to make you think about food and hyperfixate on food. Should you be doing that? No, you're an idiot.
To get here, and I was like, ugh. Um, it's this lovely woman. She goes, every video starts with her acknowledging a comment, like a request of um, what she should make next. And she's like, "Can you make meatloaf mac and cheese?" Sure. So she has this like really cute laugh in the way she says, "Sure." Family, probably. Maybe for it said like 2 to 3 people. Mm. Mm. I'm done.
I would hope so. Almost all that pan is gone. She ate more than half of that.
So lot's gone right now. Biggest makeup you've ever seen in your life. I'm gonna make myself look super glam so that you know that you don't have to spend $800 in products to look beautiful, okay?
Well, the thing is, we all know that. We do not need you to tell us that we don't have to spend $800 in products to look nice. We already knew that. So you can just save yourself the trouble, foodie. There's very few people in the world that are going to spend $800 on beauty products.
Okay? You don't have to do it.
No, you don't have to. In your case, a bar of soap and a washcloth would do wonders. Maybe you should give it a try.
Number one, you don't have to wear makeup to look beautiful, okay?
You just have to have a bazillion filters if you're foodie beauty. Get a Samsung phone, get some apps on your phone, get a bazillion filters, put some makeup filters on there, and voila, you're done.
But, you know, if you want to do a full face of makeup, glam, all this and that, you don't have to spend more than okay. I bought all of these products for how much were they?
You don't know how much they cost you? I mean, it's supposed to be budget makeup, which means it didn't cost a lot and you don't even know how much you spent?
$50 for everything. Disappointment.
No singing. Nope.
Mm.
I refuse. I'm not going to torture my subs with your voice. No. Mm-mm. They don't deserve that. Neither do I.
All right, I'm seriously done.
Good.
I'm like
My stomach hurts just looking at the amount that you've just eaten.
done. Okay.
Good.
Anyways, guys, I guess that's about it. Don't really have much else to say. Yeah.
Stop all that. I hate that. I hate that one. How old are you? Stop it. That you weren't acting this way when you were with Natter. What happened? Why are you acting like an infant on camera and with Salah? What is that? That's not sexy. It's not attractive. It's not womanly. Cut it out.
Hit him high, hit him high, hit him. The past is the past for a reason. You know, I've learned from.
Okay, you know what? We're done here. I can't take any more of her crying like a child. Laurelyn Wood says this will definitely help your mobility at Disney. Yeah, we'll see about that. We will see. Amber Lee says, why don't you just come to the reality that you're not ready for any diet plan? Well, diets don't work. She needs impatient. Laurelyn Wood says, you've cheated in several serious relationships. You shouldn't comment on this situation, right? A cheater talking about somebody else who cheated. Hello, pot, meet kettle. uh, let's see. Oh, this looks like this is a Chantal account saying there's no way that's close to 50 points on Weight Watchers. Are you kidding me? She ate an entire cake can with pasta, but it's not over 50 points. Okay, next. This person says, will you be doing a weigh-in? Of course she won't. Of course she won't. Let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Well, that's it. She's editing the comments again. All right, that's it for this video. I'm going to take a look at her live and see what's going on with that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and please have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.